Hey, welcome to the Art of Relationships show. Woohoo! Couple days before Valentine's Day. How many people think it's legit? It's so important and crucial to your relationship and to your marriage, or is it a Hallmark holiday, right? Now, we're going to get into this in a little bit. Plus, it is a huge variety show. Going to be talking about some other stuff that happened yesterday with February 10th, which a lot of people don't know or realize. We're going to get into that in a bunch of variety shows to talk about, you know what? Are you the best your person has ever had? And we're going to get into a variety show, so don't go anywhere. We'll be right back with the Art of Relationships show right after the intro. Don't go anywhere, people. Welcome, everybody. Hopefully everybody's doing okay. And after the intro, like I mentioned right before the intro, going to have a variety, a potpourri, if you will, show. Going to be talking, of course, about Valentine's Day, which is Friday, right? So we need to be able to understand, is Valentine's Day really a big deal to you out there if you're dating in a relationship or marriage? Or is it just another day to everybody? And this is not a right or wrong, not a judgment, not at all. But this is where we look at, you know, how important is Valentine's Day to you? Are you bougie when it comes to Valentine's Day? My man better spend X amount of dollars on me. My man better take me on a world trip cruise. How many people out there are demanding, feel like you're entitled to Valentine's Day, or does it turn into a situation where it's not a big deal? And you know what? It's like a Hallmark holiday. So we're going to get into this. And also, what happens if your person told you, or you asked, hey, am I the best you've ever had? Intimately, right? And what if they told you no? How would you react? I posted this a couple days ago as well on social media and asking, how would you handle it? Would you flip out? Would you start throwing stuff all over the place? So we're going to tie this all into a trip over my tongue, Valentine's Day, like I said, variety show episode. And as always, you can throw your questions down below, and I'll do the best I can to answer them. Hi, I'm your host. For people that don't know, I got to start Instagram. I always forget that. Sorry about that, people. I'm your host, Greg Dudzinski. I'm a fully licensed professional counselor here in the state of Michigan, here in Detroit, and relationship and sex specialist. I've been specializing with couples healing after an affair. Yes, it is possible. She cheated, he cheated for over 22 and a half years now. And I have a lot of grief, a lot of trauma experience as well. So I welcome your questions. The show, the Art of Relationship show, is for you out there, the viewers, the listeners, to help you have a better connected relationship, marriage, maybe a more fulfilling dating life, whatever works for you. At the same time, while helping you promote self-love and self-respect, okay? Again, that doesn't mean you're arrogant or selfish, not at all. Hey, Brian, what's going on? Cool, like, what's happening? Shay, what's happening? Stormy, I appreciate everybody tuning in. So you can throw your questions down below. It doesn't have to do with the show at hand, you know, the topic, which is all over the place today. But talking about Valentine's Day, how many people, I'd love to, you know, see a show of hands or even in the comment, you know, is Valentine's Day a big deal, thumbs up, or not a big deal? Now, what happens if you only show each other you like each other, love each other one day out of the year? Well, hold on, maybe 2 days, right? Anniversary, Valentine's Day, and maybe Swedish Day, right? Maybe 3 days. You show each other, but throughout the whole year, outside those 3 days, You don't like each other. You feel that way. You feel you're not connected. But we're going to celebrate Valentine's Day. My point is why, okay? Devil's advocate. Here, I promote love. I promote healthy, happy relationships. So why wouldn't I? Oops, sorry, people, for the mishap. My finger hit the wrong button. Sorry about that. Well, no one wants to hit the wrong button, right? But anyways, we'll get into that later. So going after the situation to where, excuse me, you feel like you're not loved, but you're going to celebrate, anniversary, just to go through the motions. What I mean is, I'm huge on being intentional about our relationships, about our love life, and what do we do to show each other outside just a holiday anniversary that you love each other, that you care about each other every day of the week? Does it have to be special? Does it have to be fireworks all the time? No, it's not going to be, right? Real life hits. People have kids, jobs, stuff going on, sick relative, taking care of a sick relative, those type of situations. So it's not going to be perfect all the time. However, that's why I say Valentine's Day for a lot of people might be a big thing. To some people, it isn't a big thing. They celebrate their love each and every day. Hey, Kim, thanks for tuning in. So that's where I want people to understand, what? Why celebrate Valentine's Day, not bashing, whatever, if you don't feel loved, if you don't feel connected in your relationship? But it's also a good time to reevaluate and reassess the status of your relationship and your love for one another, right? How many times do you also look at that, have you ever asked your person, your partner, what can I do to be a better partner for you? What can I stop doing to be a better partner for you? Okay, where a lot of people keep looking at Valentine's Day is no different. You might just tone it down a little bit, right? That, it's all about you do this wrong, you do that wrong, you could do that, you could do that. But do you ever realize what your person does right? What do they do that might be good in your relationship that's positive, okay? We rip on each other left and right, and I talk about this on a bunch of episodes, right? But during Valentine's Day, right, everything's supposed to be magically, woohoo, great, perfect, right? Because it's Valentine's Day. But yet, you don't feel connected, you don't feel loved, you don't feel desired. Shit, you might not even feel liked, okay? But we're going to celebrate it. Here's your card, your flowers, chocolates, whatever, right? We're going to go on a trip, a weekend getaway for Valentine's weekend. Awesome, great. But again, you're going through the motion. You don't feel loved. You don't feel connected. That's why I'm asking you how important Valentine's Day is to you. And do you fake it? Just go through the motions, pretend everything's great. Or are you a realist and look at, you know what, we're not in a good spot. Do you ever ask each other, ask yourself, look in the mirror, what can I do, what can we do to make it better so we have something to celebrate on Valentine's Day? I am about promoting celebrating your love on a daily basis, and looking at those simple things that can make you feel loved, connected, appreciated, right? How many people I have in my office, well, I'm in my office now, to be able to look at those situations that, they don't feel appreciated, but, we're going away on Valentine's Day. Woohoo! We're going out to dinner, doing all this on Valentine's Day. And I asked them, great, awesome, right? I don't want to be a downer, right? And I'm looking at those situations to be able to look at, but do either one of you really feel like celebrating it? Let's be real. Let's be honest, okay? I'm direct. A lot of my couples know I'm direct, but I actually have a lot of compassion, a lot of care. I do this because I care about people, okay? So a lot of people will look at those situations where, we'll just go through the motion. We're going to do it because we're supposed to. It's Valentine's Day, Greg. And I'm like, man, what would it take for you to celebrate it because you like each other, love each other? Well, we're not in a good place now. then my question is, why celebrate it? Okay? I'm not a downer. I'm a realist, okay? I'm all about love and sharing love. I'm all about promoting love and connection, but I'm also not about promoting being fake about it and just going through the motions. I'm all about being intentional. So with Valentine's Day coming up in a couple days, Friday, right? At least here in America, I'm looking at what are you doing to start kicking that up in a little bit, and what is going on that makes you feel more loved on a daily basis. Oh, we got someone. Okay, my parents have been married for 44 years. My dad asked me about gifts today. Woohoo! Hold on. Does your dad know? 44 years is a long time, and I ask people not to be do they love each other? Are they happy? A couple of Detroit media outlets, TV stations, radio stations, been interviewed on over the years, talking about what makes a marriage last or a relationship last. And I tell people, because they've been together 50 years, 60 years, great, awesome, right? I'm looking at, are they happy? Do they still love each other? Do they even like each other? Or are they still married just to be married, even though they don't love each other? It's a huge difference, right? And a lot of people, because you've been together a long time, does not mean it's a successful marriage or relationship, right? I have totally two different views. Everybody jumps on the bandwagon, right? Oh, 50 years, great, congrats, awesome. And they're like, I don't even want to be here, right? So there's a huge difference between, being together for a long time and being together because you're happy. You still like each other. You love each other. Again, nothing is perfect, not at all. But you're looking at, what do you do to grow and build together so you can stay, if possible, happy and love one another for a lifetime, okay? So going back to mention about parents been married 44 years, my dad asked me about gifts. Why is he asking you about gifts? They've been married 44 years. Why? Or is your dad asking you to get gifts for him to give to your mom? Huh? If I was you, I would tell them, Dad, you need to do that on your own. You've been married 44 years. Tell Mom, right? You should know what she likes, what she enjoys. Hopefully by 44 years. I'm not assuming, because I get people married 53 years in my office where I'm at now, and I'll ask them, hey, what do you love about one another? And they look at me with blank stares, right? They're like, I have no idea. Do you know what your girlfriend, wife, whatever, what she needs to feel loved, what she enjoys? Now, what about your man, your boyfriend, husband, whatever? Do you know what he needs to feel appreciated, to feel loved? And a lot of people assume for 44 years they've been together and they're happy. They know each other. No, they don't. There's a lot of assumptions. I want that. Woohoo, right? I want that. I promote that, people. And it's sad when I hear this. I get it. I understand that. But it's sad. It's like, we got kids. So you sort of forgot about each other. Life, I talked about, the bills, work, all that stuff. But you need to make each other a priority. And all of a sudden, now you're a priority on Valentine's Day, right? But you don't feel like, we're just doing this because we're supposed to, right? I'm doing this. I really don't want to, but it makes him happy, makes her happy. And I'm like, what? As you can tell, I'm not politically correct. Not at all. And I want what's best for people. I want people to feel loved, to feel special, to feel important, to feel appreciated, to feel like they're a priority to their person, to feel desired if that's important to you. And not just for 1 or 2 days or 3 days a year, Valentine's Day, your anniversary, and maybe Sweetest Day, right? What would it take that you feel those things every day? Now, you're going to have bad days, right? I'm a realist. I tell people, nothing is perfect. Nothing is perfect at all. But that's where you look at the situation to where, you know what, we know we love each other. We can look at each other and get to a point where if something's wrong, you're asking. I call them questions of care and concern or curiosity. You're able to look at the situation to where, you know what, hey, you know what, I want to make sure you love each other. And this is what I talk about doing, you know, when I had my episode. Check it out on, you know, YouTube at LoveGuruGreg is probably the easiest. I talked about, you know, night love rituals, and part of them I included was a weekly love ritual about checking in with each other to see if you make each other feel important, special, right? On a weekly basis. Do you feel loved? Those type of situations, so you can make changes and grow together. Now, going back, that's how it ends up for Christmas. I buy the majority of her gifts. Now, I'm going to give you a challenge, right? And it's going to piss your dad off. It's going to upset him, okay? I'm going to be honest. What if you told your dad, no, I'm not going to do that this year. You need to do that. Now, okay, I get it. If your dad is, you know, has health issues, right? He might be immobilized. You can help him, right? But also you can maybe even online, right? That you can, hey, I'll help you purchase or go through the online stuff, even if he's immobilized. But, Dad, you're picking out what you want to get Mom. I'm not doing this anymore, right? This has to be from you. And chances are, your mother probably knows you are picking out her gifts, not him. I'm just wondering, just asking. You might keep it a secret, but your mom's probably smart enough to understand he's not picking them out, our daughter is. So what happens if you stop and told Dad, I'm not doing this anymore? Like I said, it's going to cause him to maybe pick up his game a little bit. Like I said, if there's health issues, I get that, but he can maybe search online and have it delivered, right? Or maybe have it delivered to your place to keep it hidden, right? All kind of different things to be able to put that in place. Hey, Dar, what's going on? Deuce, what's happening? So throw your questions out there, just like I was reading your comments. Miss Annie, I appreciate you tuning in. So, you know, that's why I'm huge on, you know, I do this episode probably every year. I've been doing the Art of Relationship show for a long time now, a lot of years. So I do an episode usually the Wednesday before Thanksgiving, sorry people, Valentine's Day, there we go, to be able to look at the importance of the holistic view of the relationship or marriage every day of the year, not just Valentine's Day, okay? Oh, yeah, my mom knows. He would be lost. My dad doesn't do shopping. Well, right? Maybe he can change. Maybe he can evolve. Maybe he can grow and do those things because, hey, you know, he can get out of his comfort zone. Hey, Dad, do you love Mom? Yeah, of course I do. Well, maybe you need to get out of your comfort zone to do a little shopping, to maybe put your heart and soul into it instead of me having to do it. So I'm going to challenge you to tell your dad, you're not doing it anymore. He is. And see what happens. He might hate you for a little bit, but it's you taking a stand for you. That's not your job. That's his. And number two, you're promoting him to be more active and more engaging in the process of, you know what, showing his love to your mom. Okay? So that doesn't mean you have to. Of course not, right? I don't control anybody. I don't want to control anybody. But that is my challenge for you. And also, you know, tell your dad I'm challenging him to step up his game a little bit, okay? So, but that's what I mean throughout the year. What are you doing to show your person that you love her or love him? Not just Valentine's Day. So that's where I get very, I don't know if I want to say direct or very politically incorrect about Valentine's Day, right? Oh, it's a day of love. I'm all about love. I'm all about depth. I'm all about the heart and soul of relationships and marriages and knowing nothing is perfect. Not at all. But I'm also not about people faking that they love one another for 1 day, 2 days a year when they know they don't. And can you also, you love each other and you feel it, but Valentine's Day can also, and anniversaries, of course, can enhance that love, that you just express it maybe more so, or add to the expression from the love you have for each other on a daily basis, and emphasize that, right? Does it need to be for 1 day a year or 2 Swedish Day, whatever, which is supposed to be for us men, right? And not just anniversary. Here, we're going to celebrate our anniversary, but we don't love each other. Well, we're going to do it anyways. So many people are about political correctness. So many people are about doing things, but their heart and soul are not into it, right? Why would you do that to yourself? And you don't want to hurt the other one's feelings, right? You don't want to piss each other off, but you both feel it. You get me? But a lot of people are afraid to talk about those situations that, hey, I don't feel loved. You both feel it, but you're afraid to talk about it, or we can't talk about it because, Valentine's Day is coming up. Our anniversary's coming up. A holiday is coming up. You get me? But then we're supposed to fake it for Valentine's Day. We're faking our love for our anniversary. And a lot of people will look at me, Greg, you're crazy. Whoa, that's mean. I'm not talking about being mean and being cruel. I'm talking about being open and being honest with one another. That you both know it, but a lot of people, there's a difference between being rude and being mean, being disrespectful, versus being honest with one another. And a lot of people will look at, we can't do that, that's cruel. Or is it cruel that you're pretending to love each other? And you're just pretending, but your person, maybe you don't feel that love. Now, let me ask you, is that cruel? Is that mean? Is that being fake? And a lot of people know me, couples have been thousands and thousands of couples I've worked with over the years. They know this about me. I'm not politically correct, and I'm compassionate. I care. I have a lot of empathy for people. But I'm not about being fake or have people, and there's people in this field, right, that, fake it till you make it. What? Or fake it, and then pretty soon you're going to believe it. No, pretty soon you're going to be realizing you're BSing yourself. Never fake it till you make it. You try to put stuff in place so it can become real. That works for you. That works for your partner. Santino, hey, appreciate you tuning in as well. So again, and Bill, hey, I appreciate it. So throw your questions, throw your comments down below, and looking at if you celebrate Valentine's Day. I'm not saying don't, whatever, but I'm saying, is it going to be legit? Is it deep felt? Or are you just going through the motions? Right? Are you just doing it because you should, to be politically correct? Don't do that, okay? That's where I want people to sort of, pick up their game a little bit and start promoting self-love and self-respect and being honest with each other. Hey, Betty, hey, what's going on? I appreciate everybody tuning in. So that's where a lot of people will look at, no, fake it, it's Valentine's Day. Oh, what'd you get your lady for Valentine's Day? Whatever, flowers, jewelry, a trip, whatever. But then, how many people will ask friends, family, do you feel loved? Does your wife, girlfriend, boyfriend, husband, whatever, partner, whatever you want to call them, do they feel loved by you? Do you feel loved by them? How many people ever ask that when it's Valentine's Day? In a normal sense, right? Hey, can you ask that? Do you feel loved by me? And I want people to be honest and open. That's what will change and grow and evolve relationships, right? Or maybe you realize that two people, you two together, just don't jive, and you would be healthier and happier not together, okay? I'm all about trying and having no regrets. I want people to work on relationships. I want them to do what actually works and helps to get more connected emotionally, mentally, and physically with one another. Absolutely. Do what works. Don't do what doesn't work, okay? But I'm not about political correctness with really anything. But when it comes down to, matters of the heart and the soul, I want people to be real and genuine. So ask yourself, going into Valentine's Day, which is Friday, right? Going into it, do you feel loved in your relationship? Does your partner feel loved? And what could change to kick that up a bunch? And I'm not about people, I'm going to still show my love and express it, and they're getting abused. Physically, emotionally, mentally, sexually abused. Not about that at all. Remember, I said I'm about self-love and self-respect. So ask yourself, when you celebrate, if you celebrate Valentine's Day, do you feel loved? Does your partner feel loved? Do you feel appreciated? Do you feel desired? That would be an interesting conversation to have, to shake the dust off a little bit, right? To rock the proverbial boat, right? Ask that as you prepare for Valentine's Day, if you're celebrating it, if you're not. And if you don't, no big deal, right? Again, I'm all about celebrating your love every day. Does it have to be, extravagant? No, not at all. You celebrate your love by checking in with each other. You share your love with one another by maybe affection, if you're affectionate, by giving compliments, by giving affirmations, by being emotionally supportive for one another, by helping each other, right? And again, these look different to every person, every couple. So you want to find out what actually works for your person, okay? And when I mentioned a couple minutes ago that sometimes people would be better off not being together, that they'd be happier and healthier if a relationship dissolved. And I know it comes weird talking from me, marriage couples counselor, comes weird, but I'm being honest, okay? That you look at that and don't fake it and look at what can we do to be happy and healthier together, but also being able to look at, what do we do to not fake Valentine's Day? And when I said about not being together, how many people realize, I forgot about it actually, how many people realize that February 10th, yesterday, was the highest percentage of couples breaking up? Now, is it that they're breaking up because Valentine's Day is coming up? They don't want to spend the money. They don't have the money, so they break up with the boyfriend, girlfriend, whatever. So they don't have to buy a gift. Then they get back together on February 15th. I don't know. But believe it or not, in America, the highest percentage of breakups are February 10th. Now, statistically, how do they gather this information? Who knows, right? Is it legit? Is it quantifiable? Is it, empirically validated research? That'd be interesting, right? But how they tabulate that, that's a good question, right? But, yeah, in America, they're saying, February 10th, yesterday, is the highest percentage of breakups in America. I wonder why. To save money for Valentine's Day, or they come to realize, why am I celebrating Valentine's Day with somebody I don't love, I don't even like, I don't respect, or that doesn't love me, that doesn't respect me, that doesn't even show that he or she likes me. So why would I want to go through that again just because it's Valentine's Day, okay? Now, again, throw your questions out there, down below, people, okay? Throw them out there. And how many people do celebrate Valentine's Day, and how many people out there, the single people, right? There's a lot of single people I work with, individuals too, that are going through grief or trauma, that have gone through a divorce, a breakup, and I'm trying to help them heal and get their sense of self back and to heal that. It's traumatic for a lot of people, okay? So, but how many people that are single and you love, you want to be loved, but Valentine's Day is also a reminder, I'm single and it sucks, right? Is this a place, a time where you can celebrate the love of you, the love of yourself, right? Sounds corny, sounds crazy. Hey, Christian, what's going on? And a lot of people look at Valentine's Days for couples, but I think it's also to celebrate you for the single people out there as well, that you can celebrate your love for yourself, right? That you have promoting self-love, self-respect. You can look at yourself and look at, hey, over the last year, I went after a dream. I took a class. I improved in this area. I became a better person. I became more confident. You know, it's a way for the single people out there to celebrate Valentine's Day for yourself too. So it's not just for couples. I told you, I'm not politically correct. Not at all. But it's also a time to celebrate you, right? And those people want to be single forever, you know, great, terrific, nothing wrong with that. But be open and honest about it. And those people that, you know, Valentine's Day is a reminder again that I'm alone, that nobody loves me. I get that. It hurts, let's be real. But I want you to start promoting self-love and self-respect and being able to look at, maybe it's a good time to reflect on what type of relationship you want. And don't tell me just any, Greg. Don't tell me that, okay? That's not healthy. A relationship where you feel loved, you feel desired, you feel appreciated, respected, a priority. Those things I mentioned, right? I think I mention them almost on every episode. But what that looks like to you, and again, that person feels that from you too, of course, right? But it's a time to look at, you know, maybe learn from past. Are you looking at assessing red flags? Are you ignoring them? What can you do to be more specific about what type of partner or love life you want? Personality types, right? Interests, compatibilities. And yeah, sex is in there too. One person that hates sex, doesn't like sex at all, not unhealthy, just who it is. And there was somebody that loves sex. It ain't gonna work, not at all, right? Hey, Brittany, hey, what's going on? Woohoo! Appreciate you. So this is a time for the single people out there to be able to look at that, hey, what can I do to improve my chances of finding the love of my life, if that's what I want, and what personality characteristics, what type of hobbies, interests would I like my partner to have? Not that you're, you know, going through a store, check, but you're looking at a, you know, more maybe specific of what is important to you. If you are not religious, I'm not religious, and you're looking for someone that is also shares the same values, or that's not important to you. Some people want someone that has the same culture as them. Some people want it different. So these are things for the single people, the single people to explore and work out and promote, you know, Valentine's Day, a time to promote self-love and self-respect. Again, just like couples, I want you to promote this every day to improve and grow in your dreams, your hopes, and become a better person, whatever that means to you, okay? So Valentine's Day is for single people too. Now, I'm going to jump into a topic that is going to be very hurtful for a lot of people. Okay, now when it comes to intimacy, what if you found out your partner told you, or maybe you're the other side, told your partner, you know what, you're not just You're not doing it for me sexually. You're not doing it for me intimately, physically. And they just crash, right? Maybe you crash. My question to you is, if you were told this, asked this, would you be able to be open and honest with your person? Can they be open and honest with you when it comes to this? And would you be able to look at, you know what? Damn, what can I do to be better? What can I do to improve our intimacy life? And we could look at, I did a lot of episodes on this as well. But what do you do to improve it emotionally, mentally, physically, right? Could be technique, styles, whatever. It could be, exploring new positions. It could be, there you go, an opportunity to learn. Woohoo! Absolutely. That's what I promote. And that's where I look at people. I want people to have the courage and the strength to be able to learn, not bash, not rip each other apart, and not put their head down and sulk or bash or feel attacked, but to be able to learn with each other, with your partner, and also looking at, hey, you know what can I do to be the best you've ever had? What can I do to curl your toes, right? And some people, compatibility might be an issue, right? Styles, position, frequency, beliefs, values about intimacy and sex, right? But why not talk about it? But a lot of people don't because, again, right? They don't want to get hurt. They don't want to get pissed off. They don't want to hurt their partner. They don't want to upset their partner, piss their partner off. So it just stays stuck, right? It stays unfulfilled. And you're supposed to be okay with that. No, you're not. Is everything perfect? I said this earlier. Nothing's perfect. There's going to be some intimate moments that are like, damn, not that great. Not our best, right? Not my best. I've been there. Believe me, I own it. How much pressure do you think's on me doing, being a sex therapist, sex counselor, couples, marriage, right? I'm human too, right? So it's looking at those situations to where, excuse me, that, outside of that, hey, what can I do to improve to be a better lover for you? Emotionally, mentally, and physically. And are you able to hear that from your partner if they said or had a complaint about you with intimacy in the bedroom, countertops, living room floor, wherever, right? Would you be able to have that conversation, or are you shy? I get it. Insecure? Again, I get it. But what would it take to improve these areas in your life and stop assuming, but asking and going after it, okay? So, I appreciate everybody tuning into the Art of Relationships show. Remember, you can check out, every episode of the Art of Relationships show. It's all over social media, but I tell people probably the easiest way to look is on YouTube at LoveGuruGreg. So type in at LoveGuruGreg when you're searching on YouTube, and you'll come up. You'll see I probably have 600 videos at least over the years. And like and follow me at LoveGuruGreg all over the place, and on Clapper too, right? Clapper, the app, it's a really cool app too. So I appreciate everybody tuning in. Again, any questions, go to my website, theartofrelationships.org. Zip me an email, anything I can do to help you improve your relationship, your sex life, your marriage, and also help promote, self-love and self-respect. That's what I pride myself in. I love trying to help people and definitely improving love lives around the globe, okay? So peace and love, everybody. Everybody take care and enjoy the rest of the week. And if you are celebrating Valentine's Day, do it with intent. You get me? If you can. If you can't do it with intent, then ask yourself, why are you doing it and celebrating it at all? Good question, right? Not an easy question. It's a tough question. But be open, be honest, be true to yourself, with yourself, and definitely be truthful with your partner, okay? Peace and love, everybody. Take care. Bye-bye. Bye-bye.